The Miami Hurricanes won 102-61 over Stetson, improved to 3-0 on the season. Malik Renew, another big game out of him, 22 points, 10 rebounds, averaging 21 points a game on the season, 3 straight 20-point games. It's the first time in his career. He's been great for Miami. Left-handed shot, even hit a three-pointer tonight, a rare three-pointer. Really good sequences right behind me. He had a nice steal and kind of finished and celebrated right here. Looks to be having a lot of fun, and he's the big focal point for the Hurricanes. And Jay Lucas said afterwards, and I've seen his comments over the summer, he expects Malik, or hopeful that Malik can be an All-American type player, and that's high expectations, high hopes for Malik, but off to a great start. And now Miami at 3-0 is going to have the week off, the rest of the week off in terms of no games. They will have practices as they get ready to face number 10 Florida on Sunday in Jacksonville. Here's Malik talking about that matchup.
I'm expecting a fight, a war. Like Coach said, in the locker room, it's not going to be basketball. It's going to be a war out there. So I'm expecting to go out there and give them all, blood, sweat, and tears. So I hope they're ready too.
And certainly Malik is going to be a big factor in that game. Florida has a big front line. Looks very similar to Miami with a big front line. They also have good guard play in Xavier Lee and Boogie Fland. And Miami's guards with Trey Donaldson and True Washington have a battle ahead of them as well. And speaking of True, with True, 17 points tonight. I thought he's been playing well, kind of a quiet guy in terms of you're not expecting a lot of production and you're getting it out of him. And I think he's done a good job on both ends of the floor. Such a key part for this team, a kind of a glue guy. He's got to get downhill and go to the basket, but also spot up threes I think are going to be huge for True throughout this season. Saw him hit a couple threes tonight. I thought that was good. You're not going to see this team, I don't think, hit a lot of three-pointers, but when they do, I think it's really going to make a big help or a big impact because it'll force teams to guard them, a little bit more straight up as opposed to just packing in the paint. And look, tonight, Miami just overwhelmed Stetson with its inside ability. Yes, Miami got down early, down 17-11 there as Stetson hit, the 5 3-pointers to get it started, comes out in a zone. And Miami adjusts, and they finished strong, made 17 of their final 22 shots, and they lead 19 at halftime and then roll big there in the second half. And then with Trey Donaldson, look, he didn't start tonight. And look, I watched him go through pregame warm-ups. I was told it was kind of a precautionary thing as why he didn't start. But he played, and he got in there just 3.5 minutes into the game, played most of the first half, had a huge performance. Again, I didn't notice anything during pregame warm-ups, and you can watch it back. The live stream is there. I even did a YouTube short just focusing on Trey, and I thought he looked fine. So in the game, 15 points, a career-high 10 assists, and the assists are really piling up for Miami on the offensive end. And this is a team that's sharing the ball well, whether it is those dump ins to the post or swinging the ball to the perimeter or finding guys on lobs, whatever it might be, they're doing a good job. And Jay also talked to Trey being more of a pass-first point guard when he got to Miami, and tonight was evident of that. The 10 assists was impressive, but just overall, this is just what Trey brings to the team. And as soon as he went in the game kind of changed in Miami's favor. He finishes a plus 44. That means he outscored. When he was on the floor, Miami had scored Stetson by 44 points. Really impressive. And I know, and I talked to him just heading into the season, he's certainly really excited about this Florida game and looking forward to facing these guys and these guards and these matchups. The whole team is really looking forward to an Ernest Uday. He was a guy, he said he wishes the game was in Gainesville. This is before the season. So I know these guys are looking forward to it. And Jay said it, pretty matter-of-factly too when I asked him about facing Florida. Just how could you not be excited about facing this team, highly ranked, coming off a national title, and he and everyone else, and I know you do too, want to find out where Miami stacks. Where does this team? How do they rank against a team like that? How do they fare? What are their strengths and weaknesses? How will it work against a team like that? But overall, these first 3 games I think have gone well for Miami. I think they've, obviously these 2 blowouts, the last 2 games. It's what you want. You want big separation against teams like this, really impose your will. And I think we've seen some positive signs from the top players on the team, but also some key guys off the bench or key role players, like I mentioned with True. Dante Allen had a nice game, that second game. Tonight, Timo gets the first start. He goes in there for Trey, and look, Timo comes and he hits 4 3-pointers. And I think that's going to be big because this team, as I mentioned, might not shoot a lot or make a lot of threes, but a guy like Timo, I think, coming off the bench can provide that. No one played his first game tonight as a backup point guard. He's going to be someone that I think could be in the mix a little bit. But, when Trey's out, also we saw with when he was off the floor, Shelton Henderson, he handled the point. And Shelton is a guy 6 for 8 from the floor. 15 points, kind of knows how to get buckets and knows his role. Had a really nice tip dunk, finished home an alley-oop dunk. So he's kind of fitting in his role as well. And I think this month is going to be big for Shelton on the defensive end. How well he'll defend, not just the Florida game. But that BYU game is coming up. Ole Miss at the start of December. They could face Dayton or Georgetown as well this month. So I'm really looking forward to see how Shelton continues to progress. But all signs are positive right now. This team, Jay did say a little banged up, not just with Trey. Ernest is dealing with something. He wasn't his full self tonight. But I think these days off or this rest in between games is going to be really beneficial, and expecting a good game in Jacksonville from Miami facing Florida. So plenty more to get into with that one, but overall a good day, a good night for Miami, improving to 3-0 in this one. Definitely drop in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about tonight's game and what kind of stood out to you as well, or what you think about this team and their 3-0 start. But thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day, and take care.